Yeah, from here to Ramta. How long does it take? 30 minutes in the morning. What are your timings? Okay. Last 2 minutes. Okay. Your 5 minute break is over. Where are these two? Let's start. What is your name? Luksha. Okay. Shitan. Seher. Vaishnavi. Just call me. Sorry. Bhumika. We were waiting for you. 8 minutes. Okay, Bhumi. Let's start. He did not get chance, no? Okay, let's start. Even you two did not get to read, right? You don't remember. You don't want to read. No. Okay.
Yes, sir. The boy struck a chord that
One last. For everyone's information, last we read, your name is Maggie. He said as he sat down to look her and took her soft hand in his. That is on page 18.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. The boy struck a chord that towards a loop. Have you been sick long? Yes, sir. What a street patient.
Patience.
As a doctor came to see you, he used to come, but not lately. No, sir. Have you any pain? Sometimes, but not now. When had pain? This morning, my side and my back hurt when I carried it. It hurts leaving the lift or move about. Yes, sir. Your side doesn't ache now. No, sir. Does it ache a great deal? Yes, sir, but it hasn't been my fault. Any sense? I have seen all this software. The software brings me. Oh, yes, sir, it's so good. What a satisfaction because with gratitude wasn't the voice.
So here, the talk between interaction between Mr. Thompson and Maggie. So we got to know that she's been sick for a long time. The doctor could earlier come and see her. It hurt her. Her back and side would hurt, if somebody carried her. She also tells him that she felt better today because she was sleeping on a soft bed. And it says that what a satisfaction mingled with gratitude was in her voice. So her voice had this, she felt very satisfied and she felt very, very grateful because today she had, he had brought her home, he had given her a soft bed. Probably Mrs. Thompson was very kind to her throughout the day, gave her food. Joe glanced from his wife's face to that of Maggie. She understood him and answered. Sorry, I missed one line. Supper is ready, said Mrs. Thompson, looking into the room a little while afterwards. Joe glanced from his wife's face to that of Maggie. She understood him and answered. She can wait until we are done. Then I will bring her something to eat. There was an effort at indifference on the part of Mrs. Thompson, but her husband had seen her through the window and understood that the coldness was assumed. Joe waited, after sitting down at the table, for his wife to introduce the subject uppermost in both of their thoughts, but she kept silent on that theme for many minutes, and he maintained a like reserve. So here, when she said that the supper is ready, he looked at his wife and the girl. Maybe he wanted to ask her, like, what about Maggie? Are you going to feed her too? And she said, with a very cold expression, she spoke that she can wait and then I'll give her something to eat. She pretended he had seen her talking to Maggie and he had seen that probably she was talking with a lot of tenderness and love with her. So he knew that this was a pretense. She didn't want to show that she's like a girl because she had, taken a strong stance earlier. She wanted to retain it. So she pretended to be very cold towards the girl. Even when they started eating, she waited till she approaches the topic. What was the topic? What to do about that. Okay. What are you going to earn? At last she said abruptly. Leave. Yes, you don't look behind. What's your name? Avi. Okay. Avi, read.
What I am going to do with that child. I thought you understood me that she wants to go to the poor house, replied Joe, as if surprised at her question. Mrs. Thompson looked rather strangely at her husband for solid moment, and then dropped her eyes. The subject was not again referred.
So she looked with her with sudden sonic moment. Here means for a very short moment. Okay. So she looked very strangely, a very short moment, and then she dropped her eyes. Yes, thank you.
Then referred to during the meal. As it closed, Mrs. Thompson posted a slice of bread and and softened it and softened it with milk and butter. Added at the added added at this
Adding to this, a cup
added
of
to
tea.
this a cup of tea. She took them into Maggie and held the same
Small.
and held the small liquor
On which she had
raised them, while the hungry child ate every sign of
pleasure. So this time, Mrs. Thompson took the bread, buttered it, made it soft with butter and milk, and cup of tea, took it to the Maggie, and Maggie ate it with every sign of pleasure. She enjoyed it, she relished it. Is it good? Asked Mrs. Thompson, seeing with what a keen relish the food was taken. She asked, did you like it? Was it good? Because when she saw the girl enjoying it so much, she realized probably the girl had not eaten bread and butter and tea. Maybe. This must have been a fresh bread with butter. Probably they were so poor, they probably ate stale bread, no butter. Maybe milk was a delicacy for her. I'm saying she came from a very poor house. The child paused with the cup in her hand and answered with a look of gratitude that awoke to new life old human feelings which had been slumbering in her heart for half a score of years. What does that mean?
when it is 40.
Half a score
Maggie sent me
of years.
She was very touched.
She was very touched.
The underlying feelings were brought to the surface.
Yes. And what were those underlying feelings?
About her motherhood that she craved.
So here the child paused with a look of gratitude that awoke to new life the old human feelings. Okay. So when she looked at her, it is for both of them. For Maggie also, she realized something that was, she experienced the motherly love and tender love. And for Mrs. Thompson, something, to taking care of someone and the motherly affection that was slumbering in her heart. Slumbering means sleeping. Something that was suppressed in her heart suddenly awoke. We keep her.
We keep her a day or two longer. She is so weak and helpless. Said
Mrs.
Thompson. In answer to her husband's remark, and Jake was back the next morning, that he must step down and see the guardians of the poor about the night. You feel so much in your way, said Joe. I shan't mind that for a day or two to a trip. Joe did not see the guardians of the poor on that day, in the next nor on the day following. In fact, he never saw them at all. Maggie's account. For in less than a week, Miss Joe Thompson would have to leave her thought of taking of her own have bought in the house as scented magazine.
Okay. So here he says that, see, it was, I really don't understand what is so funny. So what the joke was. She was so touched. Mrs. Thompson was so touched by, when she relished this simple bread, butter, milk, and tea that was given to her. She asked her husband to keep her for a day or two longer. She said, she's so weak, she's so helpless. Let's keep her for 1 or 2 days. Let's look after her. And then the husband said, but she will be in your way. Like, what she'll be? It will be a responsibility for you. You won't be able to do your work. And suddenly there was a change. She said she doesn't mind. She said she doesn't mind for a day or two. And then they say that Joe did not see the guardians for the poor on that day. He did not go to see the guardians for the poor on that day. Neither he did not go the next or even a day after that. He never went. In fact, our Mrs. Thompson, Mrs. Thompson, she took charge of Maggie, and she never let Maggie go to the poor house. Who did not get a chance to read? A little slow, and a little louder. What light and blessing?
What light and blessing did that seed and this friend bring to the home of the earth be bright, it can be dark and cold and miserable there for a long time. Just because his wife had nothing to love and care out for herself, and so became so irritable and ill-tempered and self-objective in the
Resolution of her.
of her best nature. Now the sweetness of that sick child will be ever to her in love, patience, and gratitude was as honey to her soul, and she carried her in her heart as well as in her arm. A precious burden. As for Joe Thompson, there was not a man in all the neighborhood who drank deeply of a more precious wine of life than he. An angel had come into his house, disguised as a sick, helpless, and miserable child, and filled all its
Very.
whispers with the sunshine of love.
So here, what a light and blessing the pathetic and helpless child bring to the home of Joe Thompson. The poor gingerbread. See, it says that it had been dark, cold, miserable there for a long time, just because his wife had nothing to love and care for out of herself, and so became ill. She did not have children. Probably she had one very routine life, and she did not have someone to care for and to love. And therefore, it had made her a little, probably that made her a bitter person. She was upset, irritable all the time, ready to fight, did not want to mix around. Many times it happens when other women probably got together. They immediately, if you see your parents, mothers especially, they immediately start talking about their children. My son, my daughter, my children. And then, since Mrs. Thompson did not have a child, she did not have anything to share. So that is the reason probably she did not get along with other ladies also that well. Here at home, it was nothing new. For years, there was nothing new. If there is a child, if there is something, then there is new every day. Either you have tensions or you have joy when you have a child in the house. So there was no change in her life that made her more irritable, upset, angry. But now that they had a child in the house, that changed. She had someone to look after. She had someone to take care of. She had someone to love. And she says that she carried her in her heart and in her arms. So she did take care of her and loved her as her own child. Now the sweetness of that sick child looking ever to her in love, patience and gratitude was as honey to her soul. It was like a honey to her soul. It was the sweetest thing her soul could do. Now, Mr. Thompson, for Joe Thompson also, it says that there was not a man in all the neighborhood who drank daily of more precious wine of life than he. That means he enjoyed his life not more or as much as any other man in the neighborhood. An angel had come into his house, disguised as a sick, helpless, and miserable child. The author says that this child was an angel who was disguised as an angel who had entered their house and changed their life forever. Both Mr. and Mrs. Thompson were very, very happy to have a presence of a child, to hear her talk, maybe to cook for her, to feed and to feel joy. And filled all its dreary chambers, dreary, empty, bored, sad chambers with the sunshine of love. So this child filled the house with the sun, with love and concern. Let's do the questions. You will be doing from the volume or from the book. You have your book. All of you have the same workbook. Even you people, you all have same workbook. Okay. Or we'll do from the volume. More or less the questions are same from volume and workbook. I'll ask you some questions orally and then some answers you'll write in the note. Okay? You keep this book open. Your paragraph first. Page number 77, second paragraph. This woman had been despised. Which woman is referred to here? Mother of 3 children that named John and Mary. How did she die? So excessive consumption of alcohol and a fall in a drunken state. Excessive consumption of alcohol and a fall in a drunken state. What kind of relations did the woman have with others?
She was despised, scoffed at, and demeaned by the villagers.
Okay. Why?
She was an alcoholic and her personality was.
So what kind of now let me ask, what kind of relations did the woman have with others? She was no one in the village liked her. Yeah. She was because she was an alcoholic. Okay. So she was not liked. She was not tolerated. People shunned her. She was considered a disgrace. They have given many words in the passage. What did the neighbors take to the old hut?
The neighbors took some fresh food.
Neighbors stole food, some food for the
Children. So they took some old clothes and food for the starving children. What was the prospective future of the children after that? What was the prospect? What was the future of children?
John was a town failure would be used for
Farmer's hand. Farmer's hand. Mrs. Ellis adopted or took Kate home. Okay. Fine. And Maggie was left alone and nobody was ready to take her responsibility. So, if it is for more than, if it is for 2 months, then you have to explain, okay, that first son, John was a scout boy, so he was
taken away by the farmers for farm work.
and
Katie was a clever young girl, so she was taken away to Mrs. Ellis as a bound girl. And as Maggie was bedridden and essentially a she was left behind.
and nobody wanted to take her responsibility. Who is Joe Thompson?
Joe Thompson is a beaver.
A beaver. What did he say about Maggie? Oh, sorry. Okay, not what did he say about Maggie. What type of person was Joe Thompson?
Joe Thompson was a rough who had a special soft spot for children.
Okay. What type of a person was Joe Thompson?
Joe Thompson was a person from Texas.
Arey, 1 minute. Let's give him chance.
Joe Thompson was a rough man from the exterior, but was a person with a tender heart from the inside, who had
Soft corner for
a soft corner for children and who loved them.
coming
They
to
came to this.
yes. He always loved children coming to his shop. What assurance did he give Maggie?
That he would take away.
That he would
not leave
her alone.
He would take her.
Okay, that he would not leave her alone and he would take him with her. Oh, take her with him.
Yes.
How did Joe Thompson treat Maggie?
Joe Thompson took her in his arms gently.
Okay, first he
Took off her clothes.
covered her.
Bed was bought by the neighbors.
So he
Gathered her in his arms and took her to his own way later on.
okay, good job. Give that. How did Joe Thompson treat Maggie?
Can you see how did?
Joe Thompson treat Maggie. Same question.
If you can from that house, take
Okay. Her, Maggie.
from the house, he kept her with him and took care of her.
So you need to explain the whole thing. That he covered her, he wrapped her in the bedcloth, and then he held her close. He picked her up with great tenderness, held her close, and carried her to his house. Then he placed her. He kept her in the house. He gave her a soft bed. So explain the whole thing. Can you repeat again? Just a story you need to remember. So try to repeat again. Let's ask her to repeat. Then you can.
Joe Thompson was a kind person who treated Maggie with kindness. Firstly, he wrapped her gently with the gentleness of a woman. Then put her in red clothes and
Bed. And then
and then he took her to his house and took care of her.
okay. Placed her on the soft bed. Gave her soft bed to sleep. What is the meaning? Give the meaning of death touches the spring of our common humanity. That means
Death is irrevocable.
That is the universal truth.
okay.
A
It
lifetime.
also means death is the only moment when everyone laments, feels sad for the dead. Otherwise, they won't feel sad. But death is the only moment when everyone feels sad for the dead person.
He also
Let go
previous
of
baggage.
baggage. Exactly. And people also let go of. They don't remember the good and the bad that they have. Things that the person has done when he was alive. Okay, give the meaning of her wan and wasted form. Means
Her frail, weak,
her wan and wasted form.
her disease, frail,
Yes.
pitiful.
Her thin and pitiful form. Wan and wasted is
And wasted.
pale and thin. Pale and thin body. I'll give you a few questions. Write down. Your paragraph starts from pitying glances. Your paragraph starts from pitying glances were cast on her. Page 78, third paragraph. Page 78, third paragraph. The entire third paragraph. Fleeting glances were cast on her wan and wasted form. Still, who wanted a bedridden child? So, page 78. Should I write the first letter and the last word? First word and the last word? Just write third paragraph. Page 78, third paragraph.
Only have to write a paragraph.
No way.
First two words and then the last.
Yeah. Yes. First two words and the last word. Should I write the first two words? Or you can simply write the page number, third paragraph. Paragraph, third paragraph. That's also enough. And whether to write first questions first and answers later, or question or answers, that's up to you.
Not all the meaning is just
Yes. Do you have teachers whose hands reach there?
Yes.
Yes? Who?
Chemistry, sir.
Katie? Tiwari sir?
And Katie, yes.
Katie sir? Okay. Yeah, only he is tall enough. Biju sir also? Okay. This is like I somehow managed to hear. Rahul sir also. But yes, Katie sir is quite tall. Biju sir probably manages, yes.
These many.
Second question. The A part you had written answer.
That is the answer. Pale and thin body. Yes. Yes, please.
Questions are over there.
Yes, yes. There are 5 questions. We'll discuss it first. So I'm confident you all will write it down. Who was glanced at with pity? Why?
Because she was a thinner.
Because she was a thin and frail child.
But suffered a fall from the building.
Her mother had just died and her siblings were taken away and nobody was ready to take the bedridden child. Okay? Therefore, everybody was looking at her with pity, but nobody was ready to take her responsibility. Her wan and wasted form, pale and thin body. Even knocked at them for entrance.
I'm pleading to take her away.
With her eyes, with her expression in her face.
Sorry?
The sad eyes of Maggie was pleading to take them with her.
Yes, the sad eyes of Maggie pleaded people to take her with them. The sad eyes of Maggie pleaded people to take her with them. Which incident made the child bedridden? Yeah, first bench. Third answer. Which incident made the child bedridden?
Fall from the building. First bench. 2 years ago, she had a fall from a building.
From the bench. Yes. And
Which injured
her spine. Okay. Don't forget to add that. Which injured her spine. Which consequently rendered her bedridden. Which shelter was suggested by one of the neighbors? The poor house. Why?
Because
She would be doctor, nurtured over there.
Maggie was a bedridden child. Nobody was ready. She had recently lost. She had just lost her mother. Nobody was ready to take care of her, and therefore they suggested the poor house so that she'll be fed, doctored, and given. Fed means given food. Okay, so she would be given food, doctored, and taken care of them. What role does the child play in the life of Joe Thompson?
She brought a sunshine of love in there.
Yes. So you first say that Joe Thompson, though was a rough-looking man, had tender heart and was very fond of children. When Maggie fulfilled the wish of having a child in the house. For Joe, it was a wish come true. to have Maggie in the house, she brought a sunshine of love in their life and made him very, very happy.
It will be like the description will be same for Joe and Jane.
More or less. Rose, she had no one first, she was a bitter person, she was childless, and yes. So Maggie's entry in the house, she had a reason to take care, someone to take care of, someone to love, and that you can say, arose the motherly feelings that was slumbering in her heart. Okay, so brought, or you can just write that brought up the motherly tender love and feelings in Jane Fox. She became, that made her more happy, that made her more caring and loving person. I'm just writing the points. Those motherly feelings. I'm just writing the points. Consider these points while writing the answer. Write the answer. Is it because it's not plugged in? You started with MOV
Yes,
Okay, active. Oh, sorry, not active. First act. Act 3 is started here. Finish writing. Remember these points and write them in the sentences. Beyond that, what is the first answer? Why? Yes, and why the chances of repeat? Because the mother had just died. Okay. Ready to take the responsibility. Because she was pregnant. So she was which incident very much
Yes. Initial points.
One last question. Okay. What reason did Joe? I'll just write it here. One last question, not based on that paragraph. The next paragraph. What reason did Joe Thompson give his wife? For bringing the child home. What does it mean? Okay. What reason did Joe Thompson give his wife for bringing the child home?
From that, Mama, she was married and no one was willing to take her away. So everyone suggested to take her to the poor house, but she should inquire for the.
But she was left behind.
Yes, ma'am.
No, she couldn't walk. So he decided to take her in, and then decided to
Ask for the permit and then
from the guardian.
next day they take her to the.
So, what reason did Joe Thompson give? He said that nobody was ready to take her with them. She was left alone. Her siblings were all taken away,
And the villagers had agreed
But-
to take her to the poor house.
and the villagers left her alone and suggested that she should be taken to the poor house. She could not walk there alone. Somebody had to carry her to the poor house. Before taking her to the poor house, they had to take the permit from the guardians of the poor house. Since they did not have the permit from the guardians, and since he could not leave the poor child alone in the empty house, he brought her home. Okay, so they did not have the permit, and he could not leave the motherless child alone in the empty house. So that is the reason. What does it reveal about his character?
Mami was a kind-hearted
But when Rafael exterior, he's
Kind-hearted person. Okay, that he was a kind-hearted person, and he was fond of children. He was also very responsible. Don't forget that. Okay, it was very irresponsible on part of others to just leave the child, the sick child who could not get up on her own, alone. He was also a very responsible man. So along with that soft, tender heart, also give him responsible person. Okay? Did you remember? Because you've not written anything. Therefore. Persona. What is persona? Finished? So what will you write for that? What is it? Done? Now, you haven't done this, the little match girl, the blue bead. Sorry?
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Bye. Mostly English, last time.
Where and Icse history.
Both.
That Icse with the formal.
Bye. 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 Write those answers.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.